They executed her in 6 days, but it took only one woman to change the future of England forever. And the scary part is, she never saw it coming. Anne Boleyn wasn't just a queen, she was the most dangerous woman in England. Not because she carried a sword, but because she made a king fall so madly in love that he ripped the country apart. See how a sharp, fearless young woman climbed from court lady to queen, and how that same fire pulled her into a trap with no exit. Understand why Anne didn't just lose her head, she changed history in a way no one could undo. Anne Boleyn was born around 1501 into a family that was important, but not royal. Her father, Thomas Boleyn, was a clever man who knew how to move in high places. He believed his children could climb higher than their birth, so he sent Anne away to Europe to be trained like a princess. In France, she learned how to speak with power, how to dress with style, how to dance, and how to talk to men who ruled countries without being afraid. This made her stand out when she returned to England. Most women at court were taught to be quiet and polite. Anne was quick, witty, and bold. She didn't lower her eyes when she spoke. And when she joined the court of Queen Catherine of Aragon, people noticed her right away. King Henry VIII noticed her more than anyone. Henry was already married to Catherine, but their marriage was falling apart. Catherine had been queen for over 20 years, but she had only one living child, a daughter named Mary. Henry was desperate for a son. In those days, kings believed a kingdom without a male heir would fall into chaos. Henry was scared of losing everything. Then Anne walked into his life. At first, Henry treated Anne like every other woman he chased. But Anne refused to be his secret lover. She told him she would only give herself to him as his wife. This made Henry burn with desire. He wrote her letters, sent her gifts, and followed her like a shadow. Anne knew exactly how powerful that made her. She also had something else that made her dangerous: ideas. She had seen Europe, where people were starting to question the Catholic Church. They were saying the Pope should not have so much control. Anne shared these thoughts with Henry, slowly and carefully. And soon, Henry believed he had the right to break free from Rome. When the Pope refused to let Henry divorce Catherine, Henry did the unthinkable. He broke from the Catholic Church and made himself the head of a new church, the Church of England. This move shocked all of Europe. And it happened because Henry wanted Anne Boleyn. In 1533, Anne became queen. She was pregnant, and the whole country waited for the birth of a prince. But the baby was a girl, Elizabeth. Henry tried to hide his disappointment, but everyone saw it. Anne told herself the next child would be a boy. It had to be. But life as queen was cruel. Anne was watched, judged, and hated. Supporters of Catherine never forgave her. Church leaders blamed her for breaking England away from Rome. And even inside the palace, people whispered that she was too proud and too sharp-tongued. Worst of all, Anne could not give Henry a son. She became pregnant again and again, but both times she lost the babies. One of those losses happened just after Henry was hurt in a jousting accident. From that moment on, something inside Henry changed. His love turned cold. And that's when Jane Seymour appeared. Jane Seymour was everything Anne was not: quiet, gentle, and obedient. Henry liked how calm she was. Compared to Anne, she seemed safe. Henry wanted her. But Anne was still queen. In Henry's world, there was only one way to get rid of a queen. Anne was suddenly accused of terrible crimes: cheating on the king, sleeping with other men, even with her own brother. These were crimes punishable by death. But there was no real proof. Most historians today believe the charges were made up to remove her. The men accused with her were tortured or threatened until they confessed. Anne was arrested and taken to the Tower of London. The same place where queens were crowned was now where she waited to die. In the Tower, Anne was confused and scared. She kept saying it was all a mistake. But she could feel that the truth didn't matter anymore. At her trial, she stood before judges who were loyal to Henry. No one dared to defend her. The verdict was decided before she ever spoke. She was found guilty. Henry signed the order for her death. Anne was told she would be beheaded, but instead of an axe, Henry sent for a skilled swordsman from France. Some say this was mercy. Others say it was just to make things look kinder. Anne was given only a few days to live. She spent her final hours praying, crying, and thinking about her daughter Elizabeth. She knew Elizabeth might grow up without a mother, just like Mary, Catherine's daughter, had. On May 19, 1536, Anne walked onto the scaffold. She was calm, even though her heart must have been racing. She spoke softly, saying she prayed for the king. She did not accuse him. She did not beg. And then the sword came down. In one single second, Anne Boleyn was gone. Henry married Jane Seymour just days later. And when Jane finally gave him a son, she died soon after. Henry got his heir, but lost another wife. But Anne Boleyn's real victory came later. Her daughter, Elizabeth, became one of the greatest rulers in history. She ruled for over 40 years. She made England strong, rich, and feared. The woman Henry had destroyed gave him the queen who built his legacy. Anne lost her life, but she won something bigger. She changed England forever. Watch the next video on screen to see how Elizabeth I became the most powerful queen in history.